Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I make all my fitness videos for YouTube. It's a really simple process, and by the end of the day, you're going to understand exactly how to use Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, you're going to only need two things for today's episode. One, a working iPhone camera, and number two, Adobe Premiere Pro, which can be downloaded off adobe.com for £20 a month. Today's episode is going to be broken down into two parts to make it as simple as possible. Part one, we're going to go outside and I'm going to show you exactly what it's like to get behind the lens, get in front of the camera and record amazing quality videos. And for part two, we're going to come upstairs, we're going to boot up Adobe Premiere and I'm going to show you exactly how to create and edit all your videos. Now, before we start, I just need one thing from you all. I need you to open up your iPhone, I need you to open settings, then I need you to scroll down to camera, open record video and set your iPhone to the highest possible quality. For me, it's 4K at 60 FPS, but for some of you, it may be 1080p HD at 60 FPS. I'll see you outside now. Yes guys, what is going on? We're now in the garden and I've already set up the camera. So, very simply put, it's a table and the camera facing a clear wall, and that clear wall is so important because that's going to give you the best sort of content. So what I've decided to do today is an abs and core workout, and we're going to make it about 12 minutes long. So if I'm recording it, I can get away with recording 30 seconds or 40 seconds of the actual workout and then just copy that workout into the video when we're editing it. So in my mind, I've got 6 different activities which I want to do. I'll be recording each video for 60 seconds and you're going to see a time lapse right now of what that looks like. Okay, so I probably didn't actually expect to work out when I thought I was going to create this video, but I guess I had to do it. Had to get it in, but you kind of get the understanding of what it is. Set the record button, go through your different exercises. Don't worry about the speed you're doing them at. Just worry about form when you're actually recording them, and then you'll have it. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back upstairs. We're going to use AirDrop from the iPhone to the Mac to get all the videos across, and once you've done that and they're all on your computer, get ready to look at the next part of this video because then you'll get understanding about how we're about to edit it. See you upstairs. Yes guys, I am back and I've already transferred all the iPhone footage that I caught earlier onto my Mac via AirDrop. So as you can see here, I've created a folder for my video called Abs and Core, and I've broken that down into 3 separate sections. We've got our video file, which is where I dragged our iPhone footage over to. We've got our music section, which is where I have a bunch of royalty-free music, which I'll be using in my video. The benefit of royalty-free music is that it will never get flagged up. When you're using copywritten music on YouTube, it may get through, but more than likely it will get caught. So just to avoid that situation, make sure you always have permission for whatever music or footage that you're going to upload onto YouTube. And then our final section is our countdown, timer and music. This countdown 7 file is actually our chimes section, so that plays at the end of every single exercise and at the end of every single rest period. And then our 2 countdown timers, our countdowns for our rest period as well as our time remaining period during active workouts. So now that you've separated them into 3 separate files, all I want you to do is just open Premiere for me. Okay, so Premiere Pro should now be open in front of you. We're going to start by creating a new project. We're going to call that project Abs and Core, and we're going to save it on our external hard drive if we have one, or on our main desktop if we don't. Press OK. and then it should open up in front of you just like this. So a quick tutorial going through this. Our effects controls panel is essentially our settings. So if you want to zoom in, zoom out, if you want to change the opacity, if you want to move left, move right, this is what we use for it. Next, we go down to our media browser, which is where that folder we created earlier onto our desktop is stored. To access that, we're going to go to our Macintosh, users, our home, down to desktop, and then we're just going to open our Abs and Core, and you can find the video file there. On the right is our timeline, and that's where we're going to edit all our production, and up here is where we're going to put in our sequence, and our sequence is where our final video is going to be stored. So just to start, we're going to press File, New, and Sequence, open, and then we are going to go down to DVC Pro HD 1080p 24, and you're going to find that under Sequence Presets. Just save that sequence name as Abs and Core or whatever you prefer to do. Okay, great. So this whole folder is now out in front of you. We're going to start by unchecking all these V1, A1, A2, A3 and A4 clips. Then we're going to proceed to open our video files and just drag it across. It's going to ask you a question if you want to change the sequence to match the clip settings, and you're going to press Keep Existing Settings. Simple, but it's a bit zoomed in at the moment. So what we're going to do is firstly mute the video on the A1 track, and then go up to our effects controls and just zoom out a bit. So that's too far. As you can see, the bin's covering it, so we're going to position it perfectly for the perfect shot. Okay, so what I've decided I want to do is have 2 different rounds, and I want 5 exercises on each round. So what I'm going to do is edit out my last exercise, because I did 6 in total, and I'm going to do that by going to the very beginning of my in and outs, and then I'm going to just drag the timeline back. Really simple, and it should just snap into place. What we're going to do now is use our razor tool to cut up all our working sections. So I want you to just, about 0.5 seconds after you start exercising and about half a second before you stop exercising, I just want you to cut those clips. So this is how I'm going to do it. So I start my sit-ups here, and then I go through, and there we are, that's the end. And then we're going to do that throughout the whole project for all our workouts. So I start my push-ups here, end them there. So once that's done, I want you just to get rid of all your rest periods, which will be the shorter clips here. And that should leave you with 5 clips of your workout. Perfect. So the next step now is to add the countdown timers. So we're going to start by dragging all 5 clips slightly across, and then we're going to put in our rest time on track V2. We're going to find the 30-second mark. We're going to shorten that and then drag that to the very start of our timeline, and then we're going to add in the time remaining on V3, and we are going to clip that on, find the 30-second mark because that's all of the activity that we want. 30. Then we're going to go and snap that on, but at the moment it is too big, so I'm going to scale that down. I'm going to move it to the bottom right hand corner. Perfect. 30, 30, and that should equate to a minute. Then what we're going to do is highlight them both, go to the end of the time remaining timeline, and then what we're going to do is paste that 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's great. Once that's done, we're going to position our clips in the right area around the time remaining. So we're just going to snap everyone in where it says time remaining. Once that's done, we're going to add in the chimes. So for the chimes, what we're going to do is get our file and drag it to the end of every single workout bit point. It may be long, but it's definitely worth it. And just like that, the chimes are in. So at this point, what we're going to do is copy and paste the whole thing. So at the very end of our timeline, we're just going to paste that again. And there we have it. 2 rounds of 5 different exercises around 10 minutes. But we're not done yet. What we're going to do is add in our music. So I'm just going to highlight that and drag that onto A3. And then just extend that last track. Sometimes the music comes in a little loud over the chimes, so for everyone we can just click on the file, go over to level and go down to -18. That seems to work for me. That's perfect. Now that that's done, we'll just scroll through it to make sure it all looks good. I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to press File, Export Media. Once that's done, I'm going to go down to Source Range, make sure that says Entire Sequence, make sure it's saved in the right place, and then we're going to press Export and wait for that to go. Okay, so now that's all exported, we can actually go and find it. So here we are, abs and core. Look at that, you've got a full video, breaks and all. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed that video. I really do. I hope it's brought a lot of value to you. Remember, if you want to get those countdown timers and also that countdown music, just drop me a DM at the Hit Dude on Instagram. As well as that, if you like the video, give me a like, give me a share. Really, it would mean the world to me. And I guess I'll see you soon with another video. Peace.